We've stopped on which street would this be?
This is Brandon,
Brandon?
and 90th.
Okay. And we wanted to stop here real quick because this is a site that gives some good examples of some of your early phases here. And thought that this might be a good time to stop and talk a little bit about the background of your organization. You could maybe tell us a little bit about the history of it and what you've set out to accomplish, and talk about some of these early phases of homes that we're looking at here.
It's actually exciting to see. So Claretian Associates started as a program of the Claretian missionaries, which are an order of Catholic priests who have been in this community since about the early 1900s. And actually they built the very first church devoted to Mexican immigrants in 1920. And so they have really been devoted to this community for a very long time, and they're very interested in making sure that the families that live here have an opportunity to stay here with housing. And so we've started out with some of our first phase of homes here, our smaller brick bi-levels, and then actually you also can see some of our second phases, which are the taller frame and siding buildings, wood frame and siding buildings. And this is the block directly behind the church, which was the first place that we decided to do the work that we do here. And the community was very, very involved in helping us design what was needed, because we've always been committed to helping the community get what it needs, not necessarily deciding for it what it needs.
You can obviously see a difference from this first phase. You said dated back, what, 30 years or so, back into the 70s.
We did these first phases in the late 70s to the mid 80s.
Okay.
And our goal was to have quality housing that families could purchase that was at an affordable price. And then when we went on to our second phase, we still had those original goals, but we also realized that our families are quite large out here. So we needed to have more space. So you see we go from the smaller bi-level homes to the 3-floor homes that have a lot of other amenities that families need. Most of these buildings have fully unfinished basement, so as the family grows, they can alter the building and modify it to their needs.
And that's the style that you've kind of stuck with since then, as you've moved into future phases, right? That's
we have 3 levels now with unfinished basements. All of them, though, are 3 bedrooms with at least 1.5, if not more, bathrooms.
We've moved a couple blocks over to the east now. We're taking a look at some of your newer homes. Some of these date back only a couple years, you said?
Yes.
And so we're taking a look here. You're not building to spec. People, when they're interested, come in and talk to you and say, I'm interested in a new home. And at that point, what happens?
At that point, we actually talk to them about what lots we actually have available. And we sit down, we show them the lots, we talk to them about the community, we talk to them about the floor plan itself and what things they would actually desire to have in the home. Although the floor plans are pretty much set, there is some flexibility. The addition of other bathrooms, we have cathedral ceilings in our homes. Each of the homes are 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 baths at minimum. So there's the ability to add bathrooms, like I said. There's the ability to add different features. They do get to pick out the carpeting and the cabinets and the wall fixtures and things like that, which are, very standard in new housing, but not always so standard in what we would refer to as affordable housing. And we constantly talk about the affordability of our housing because we are utilizing the New Homes for Chicago program. There is the ability to get up to $40,000 off the price of the home. And additionally, we also have other subsidies that allow you to get another $20,000 off the home. So based on your family size and income, you could get up to $60,000 off these homes.
Wow. And what would a base price for one of these homes be these days?
A base price for one of these homes right now is $195,000.
So $60,000 off is that's a big chunk right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would allow you to get the home for $135,000. 3 bedrooms, more than 1 bath.
And
fully unfinished basement, so that you, as your family grows and changes, you have the opportunity to actually change the home with that.
you'd be hard pressed to find a studio downtown for something like that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
While we're here, one of the things I wanted to point out that I noticed as we were driving around, and seems to be one of the signatures of this area, are these the vaulted streets and vaulted sidewalks are unbelievably high. But what it does is talk about creating, uh, helps create your yard here. I've never quite seen anything like this. I'm sure there's plenty of it around the city, but I even live in sort of the Bucktown area that has some vaulted sidewalks, but this is on a whole other level.
It is. It's exciting. Most people are not very used to this, so
Hmm.
it's a little awkward, to say
Yeah.
the least, for them when they come down. But once they really give some thought to it, each of our homes connects to the sidewalk via a bridge.
Right.
It allows for there to be some just wonderful opportunities to create private public space.
Hmm.
And with your lot, a lot of families do very unique things with them. We have everything from families that have some very interesting outdoor furniture and outdoor spaces
Get some
to
pink flamingos outside.
exactly that are it's their own flair, and not necessarily does the public world see it.
Hmm.
But then we also have opportunities for people who actually have murals
Really
on their walls.
neat.
So they have some very unique and very kind of sacred and solemn spaces that is not just viewable to the public, but is very much their own private space.
Yeah, one of the things I noticed was it was the bridge, and part, along with that is just how far back the homes actually are set from the street itself. It's you definitely get in a lot of these cases, a front yard and a backyard.
That's
It's
true. That's true.
which can be hard to find in the city.